I don't have the Cowboys in the playoffs. Just remember, when they had Dak, CeeDee Lamb, and Micah Parsons, three of the best guys at their position in the league, they had one playoff win. This is a team that has not been to the conference championship game in 30 years. Every other team in the NFC has been there. Hell, my Jets, they have 2 conference championship appearances in the last 15 years. But we've got Jerry Jones out here talking Super Bowl. Now, here's the good news, right? It can't get much worse. It can only get better. The problem, the schedule is just unforgiving, guys. I'm seeing 8, 9 wins for Dallas, and guys, I don't think that's going to get it done.
How about them Cowboys? Angry Cowboys fan. Oh, born to battle. Hey, hey. Start on our chest beats we never sell. America's team through thick and thin. Hey, hey. When the sun shines bright, that's where we win. Angry Cowboys fan.
What's going on, Cowboys Nation and angry Cowboys fans around the world? Y'all know who it is. It's your man, the Angry Cowboys fan. And you know that when you see Jason McIntyre on the Herd substituting for Colin Cowherd and they're speaking about the NFL, you know that he's not going to have anything positive to say about the Dallas Cowboys. On yesterday's episode of The Herd, Jason McIntyre went through the entire NFL playoff prediction. And when he got to the Dallas Cowboys, it was nothing but negativity, and the segment went downhill from there. So we're going to take a listen to the 3 clips that I got for y'all, and y'all know what we're going to do. We're going to come back and unpack this raw and uncut. So, angry Cowboys fans, let's take a listen to the first clip from The Herd's Jason McIntyre as he tells Cowboys Nation that there's no chance for our team making it to the playoffs this year.
All right, so let's go to the Dallas Cowboys here briefly because, they got to make noise in July and August. We know they don't make noise in January or February. This is what the Cowboys now are resorted to. Jerry Jones, goofy proclamations, Dak Prescott hyping up and giving a nickname to his offense. I didn't know that was a thing. This is a Dallas Cowboys franchise, folks. Just remember, when they had Dak, CeeDee Lamb, and Micah Parsons, three of the best guys at their position in the league. Dak's a top 12 quarterback. You know that. They had one playoff win. This is a team that has not been to the conference championship game in 30 years. Conference championship. Every other team in the NFC has been there. Hell, my Jets, just a pathetic franchise. They have 2 conference championship appearances in the last 15 years. I remember both those games vividly. One time we got blown out, the other devastating loss to the Steelers. Cowboys can't get to the conference championship, but we've got Jerry Jones out here talking Super Bowl, and we've got Dak Prescott giving his offense a nickname.
You're talking about the Dallas Cowboys not making noise in January and February. Well, we know you're going to make the noise for the team year-round because that's what you talking heads do in order to pay the light bill. This dude wants to compare the Dallas Cowboys to the New York Jets and how the Jets have made it to an AFC championship game. Let me ask you something. Where has your Jets been since then? Where has your Jets been in any playoff appearances since then? Obsolete? Outdated? Awful? Poor? Dreadful? Appalling? I tell you, Cowboys Nation, let the Dallas Cowboys make it to an NFC championship game. If they do make it to an NFC championship game, the goalpost will be moved yet again to not appearing in a Super Bowl since 1995. I swear, Cowboys Nation, anything to throw shade at the Dallas Cowboys. Now let's go ahead and hop into the second clip so we can come back and talk about it. Let's go ahead and roll that clip.
Listen, I want to like Dak. He seems like a nice dude. Okay? He mostly says the right things. Did you just say the greatest show on turf had a nickname? We need one? Didn't they win like 14 or 15 games and win a Super Bowl? Like, you got to get to the playoffs, Dak. 7-9-1 last year with a gaudy 1-5-1 record against playoff opponents. Okay, so now that was, 2 minutes of negativity. I do think there is some positivity with Dallas Because, yes, their offense is top 10. You could argue top 5. If Pickens and Lamb are healthy, Dak's going to put up video game numbers again. The backfield, by committee, Javonte Williams, whatever you want, they're going to be fine. It's the defense where there are question marks. And it was atrocious last year after trading Micah Parsons. They finished down like bottom 3 by most advanced metrics. Now, here's the good news, right? It can't get much worse. It can only get better. And it looks like, and the depth chart's not finalized, probably 5 new defensive starters. We know the new defensive coordinator, Parker. He comes from Philly, very highly regarded. And I like Caleb Downs. I think he's a high-impact player.
Okay, during that whole segment, there was some negatives. That's why you see my hand doing this. There were some negatives, but there were positives, and he did end it on a positive note. But you want to like Dak? For real, Jason McIntyre? You want to like Dak? No, you don't. Let's keep it a buck. No, you don't. You don't want to like Dak or anybody in the Dallas Cowboys organization. You don't like them as a team, and you have stated that before. But the last thing that any of you talking heads want to do is like anybody from the Dallas Cowboys or for them to win a Super Bowl championship. Y'all would have to figure out something else to talk about when it comes to your segments. You wouldn't have the Dallas Cowboys to be your punching bag, and it would cause for your writers to have to come up with some new material that would have y'all talking about another team, unless you're just going to talk about the Dallas Cowboys and how they didn't do it in your time frame. But it is what it is. Now let's go ahead and get into the third clip so we can come back and unpack this raw and uncut.
The problem, and this is where, breaking news, I don't have the Cowboys in the playoffs. The schedule is just unforgiving, guys. 6 primetime games is brutal. They got to go play the Ravens in Brazil. And I just can't get over this stretches where it's like, hey, Ravens, Texans, Bucks, Packers, Eagles. Early on, that's going to determine a lot. I'll just tell you now, you better beat Tampa. And Tampa's no pushover. And then look at 12, 13, 15. Eagles, Seahawks, bye, Rams. That's just not easy. I don't think much of the 49ers. So I'm seeing 8, 9 wins for Dallas. And guys, I don't think that's going to get it done in a loaded NFC.
Well, if you're looking at this schedule and if no team changed, then the Dallas Cowboys have something to worry about, Cowboys Nation. The great thing about the NFL, though, is that not one team is like they were the year prior. Changes have been made during this past offseason that could either make or break a team. Even teams that made the playoffs last year, hey, they might not make it this year. But you know what? Y'all ready for this raw and uncut? Y'all ready? Let's get it. Get ready for the Angry Cowboys fans, raw and uncut.
Keeping it real, man. Keep it real. That's real.
Cowboys Nation, I was thinking. Jason McIntyre was talking about the Dallas Cowboys and how they've not made it to an NFC championship game and how his Jets have made it to an AFC championship game within that time frame. If my memory serves me correctly, wasn't Brian Schottenheimer the offensive coordinator for the Jets when they made it to those 2 AFC championship games? Isn't Brian Schottenheimer the Dallas Cowboys head coach and offensive coordinator along with Clayton Adams as we speak? Cowboys Nation, I would love to call this dude a clown, but I don't want to stoop to that level. I will tell you this, though. This is exactly what I hate about fandom in the NFL. Right here, you have a guy who roots for a team that hasn't won a Super Bowl since 1969. 1969, when Joe Willie Namath was their quarterback, 8 years before Jason McIntyre was even born. During a time where you can't even pop in a VHS and watch the glory days, when household televisions were converting to cable television, and this dude has the nerve to talk about the Dallas Cowboys. You see, Cowboys Nation? People like him will talk about the championship game because the Cowboys haven't made it to a championship game since 1995. But the word Super Bowl, that doesn't come out of their mouths because they have zero room to talk. And the last time that I checked, the championship game isn't the ultimate prize in the NFL. Teams never used to get recognized for making it to a championship game until they could use it to disparage the Dallas Cowboys. Now, all of a sudden, third and fourth place gets recognized in the NFL. But there's one thing that I do agree with Jason McIntyre on, and that's the fact that Dak Prescott should not be worried about giving this offense a nickname. The greats don't give themselves a nickname, Dak. They leave it up to history to determine their nickname. The greatest show on turf, that was given to the Rams. America's team was given to the Dallas Cowboys. That's like the whole GOAT debate with LeBron James and Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan didn't come up with his airness or the GOAT or Air Jordan or Money or Black Cat or even Captain Marvel. That was everyone who witnessed Michael Jordan's greatness who came up with those nicknames. G.O.T.I needs to be put on the back burner until this Dallas Cowboys team deserves to be called G.O.T.I. What Dak Prescott wants to do is the equivalent of LeBron James calling himself King James or Aaron Rodgers doing that whole discount double check. The nicknames have to be earned in sports. Then Jason McIntyre talks about the schedule that the Dallas Cowboys has this season and how difficult it looks on paper. Let's not act as if other teams on the schedule haven't been hit with some type of adversity during this offseason. Then he spoke about playing the Baltimore Ravens in Rio de Janeiro. Sure, the Baltimore Ravens still have Lamar Jackson under center. They still have King Henry playing in the backfield, and they still have Zay Flowers at the wide receiver position. Do they still have Isaiah Likely? Are they starting over with a new head coach? Are they starting over with a new offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator? Will they be learning a brand new scheme on both sides of the ball? It's not just the Dallas Cowboys having to get acclimated to a new scheme on defense. The Baltimore Ravens do as well. And let's not forget that earlier in this episode, Jason McIntyre was glazing the Cincinnati Bengals, saying that they would make the playoffs this season, even though they hadn't made the playoffs in the last couple seasons. He spoke about the murderer's road that the Dallas Cowboys face, but failed to mention the gauntlet that the Cincinnati Bengals have to face in order to make it to the playoffs. That's if Joe Burrow can stay healthy and out on the field, and I pray that he does, Cowboys Nation. And 6 primetime games? That isn't brutal. That's the Dallas Cowboys because we play primetime games all the damn time each year. This ain't nothing new, Jason. Having teams circle the Dallas Cowboys on their schedule so that they can bring their best to the game is nothing new, Jason. That's a typical Dallas Cowboys season, Jason. And then you want to talk about having Micah Parsons, Dak Prescott, and CeeDee Lamb and only winning one playoff game while those guys were still on the team. Let's forget to mention that when Micah Parsons was on the team, it was 53 players playing hero ball out on the field. We could get interceptions, we could get sacks, but we couldn't stop the run. We couldn't capitalize in the red zone. The head coach couldn't manage the game properly. To keep it a buck, we didn't have the unit the Dallas Cowboys have this year. A unit that plays like a unit, Jason. But I won't sit up here and act as if the Dallas Cowboys don't have anything to prove this year because I believe they do. We haven't been to the playoffs in 2 years in a row, and we have to prove that we can hang with the big dogs in order to make it to the playoffs. What better way to do that than to have the type of schedule that we have this year? Iron sharpens iron, Cowboys Nation, and the more playoff teams that you have to face during the season, the better your odds are if and when you face them in the playoffs. You talk about the last 6 games that the Dallas Cowboys have against the Eagles, Seahawks, Rams, Jags, Giants, and Commanders. The way the schedule's set up, the Dallas Cowboys have 11 days between the Eagles and the Seahawks. Then they have 13 days between the Seahawks and the Rams because of the bye. Then they roll into the final 3 games of the season. A great time to go on a run, get hot, and roll into the playoffs on a win streak. So, the playoffs are a possibility for the Dallas Cowboys no matter how much you don't want it to be. And I know one thing. I bet New York won't make it to the playoffs for the 16th consecutive season. So instead of hating on the Dallas Cowboys, how about you worry about your bottom-feeding team? Because if the Dallas Cowboys make it to the playoffs, you can rest assured that I'll be back with another video laughing in your damn face. But this has been your man, the Angry Cowboys fan. Cowboys Nation, what did you think about what Jason McIntyre had to say about our Dallas Cowboys? Was he telling the truth, or was he doing the usual hate from the talking heads? Y'all know how we do. We always talk about it in the comment section. If you're digging this content and you want to help get it out to even more Dallas Cowboys fans, drop a like on this video, share it with anybody that you know is a Dallas Cowboys fan, and if you're on your mobile device and you haven't used them up yet, make sure you hype this video. Doing so could help get the word out to Cowboys fans. They'll come over to the Angry Cowboys Fan YouTube channel and want to become Angry Cowboys fans themselves. And if you are DC for life and you have faith in this Dallas Cowboys team to make the playoffs this year, hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell so you don't miss anything from the Angry Cowboys Fan YouTube channel. Plus, if you're into Madden 26, College Football 27, or Mortal Kombat talk, check out my other YouTube channel, the Angry Gaming Fan YouTube channel. I'll make sure I put the link to that as well as the gamer tag in the description. I will tell Dak Prescott this. It's time to stop talking and start putting things into action. Stop giving these talking heads stories to run with. We've had a quiet offseason for a reason. Don't give them bulletin board material. Actions, they speak a hell of a lot louder than words. If you want this offense to have the G.O.T.I mantra, go out on the field and make it happen this year. It's not just about the offense being great. It's about the entire team being great this year. Let's make it happen, Dak Prescott. But this has been your man, the Angry Cowboys fan, and I'm out. Dang, Angry Cowboys fan, you done made it through the entire video. But if you want more content, you can definitely go to this video right here. Or if you want the latest episode of the Angry Cowboys Fan Podcast, you can go right here. But whatever you do, like, share, and subscribe to the channel, but remain DC for life.